Hello, I'm here with Hank today. Hank, thank you for sitting down and interviewing with me.
Well, you're welcome. I'm glad to do it.
Okay, so where are you here today at the New England Regional Conference?
Well, I'm from Mystic Seaport. I'm one of the museum educators, and we have a terrific education department. And we felt that this is the kind of conference we should go to so the teachers of social studies will understand that we're not just a museum with boats and things like that, but we're far beyond that. We talk about what life was like, we talk about how people worked together, how they lived together. We talk about the society, the government. Yes, it's all based on the maritime experience. We call ourselves the Museum of America and the Sea, and we felt that these people should know we exist, should know all the programs we have for them.
So, can you tell me about some of the programs you have at Mystic?
I certainly can. We do a number of different programs. We have school groups that come to us and they'll bring one or two classes or one or two grades, depending on the size of the school. We break them into small groups, 10 to 12 students in each group, and we teach a class in accordance with what the school has requested. It might be life in a seaport town, and you learn how everything is interrelated with the people on sea and on shore. We would teach about, well, we do physics, do simple physics, fifth grade stuff, simple machinery. We do what we call Wicked Weather Tour. So we get science in that fashion. We have a number of science pieces we can do. We have the social studies pieces of how the people live and what the relationships were. We have one that I just did the other day, interestingly enough. I did it with two different grade levels. We call Black Hands, Blue Seas. The history of people of color in maritime endeavors is amazing. A lot of folks don't realize how important they were, what a large proportion people of color made of crews and the like. So those are just some of the things we teach. We have overnight programs where students actually will come to the seaport and they'll live overnight on a square rigger that was built in 1882, an iron hulled vessel that started out as a youth training vessel in 1882, and except for 2 years in its life, has always been used for youth training, as we have since 1947. She's at our permanent home. It's a place where you can visit the last wooden whale ship in the world, the Charles W. Morgan, which right now is undergoing some renovation work because, frankly, at 170 years old, some of the timbers had to be replaced. But beyond that, well, when we finish the work on her, we'll launch her on July 21st of 2014, which will be her birthday. She will be 173 years old at that point. She was launched in 1841. The last remaining wooden whale ship in the world. We'll launch her, and the following summer, she's going to sail again. Imagine that, 174 years old. We're going to take her sailing. We'll go to New Bedford, which was her original home. We'll go to probably to Martha's Vineyard or Nantucket. I'm not sure which yet. We'll go out to Stellwagen Bank where there are still whales, probably to make peace with the whales, to be honest. People don't whale any longer, mostly, we hope, and of course we don't from the U.S. But we preserve that part of our heritage. We preserve the cargo part of our heritage, almost anything maritime, and the shoreside industries and lives that went along with it. Here, so the social studies teachers will understand that we're germane to their area as well.
So, how do you feel it will help the teachers by if they say a teacher brought their class there? How do you think it will help the students learn the subject?
Well, one of the things is the connections that they begin to understand, whether they're very arcane. One of the very earliest schools to teach young women of color was Prudence Crandall's school in Canterbury, Connecticut. How is that connected to maritime? Well, one of the people who underwrote her, who gave her money for this school, was a smith, a blacksmith who also made parts for ships. And he was located inland in Connecticut, in the town which became called Glasgow, as a matter of fact. But he sold to people who ran the ships out of Mystic and New London and Stonington and so on. So the money he made from the sea helped the education of these young women. So we can make those kinds of connections. Also, frankly, what was life like then? Social studies today is we're talking about how life goes on and how people work together, it's the same thing. And it shows you the basis, the roots of what we're doing now.
Okay, thank you for sitting down and
Thank
interviewing with
you.
me today.